Jeff.
Yeah.
It's what happens when people try to get to use Jitsi for one of the first times.
Yeah. Best headset, best when we're talking, sure Danny is it and the other way around.
It's also nice, Chris, our positions are switched. You sound like a robot to me.
No. Seriously?
Is it only... Yeah, you're very lucky. Let me sound. Is it only for me or Donnie, Jeff? Can you say the same?
No.
You guys hear me or Kai?
Okay, might be me then. I'll restart.
Okay, you sound okay.
But is my you know?
I can't understand anything, but it's just me. Just continue.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, the line did start. It says it. Let's see where. Yay. Okay, so we have Kai and he and there's one more Jitser, I think.
Hey, it's Griffin Lorelei, but we're in an Uber and the internet's kind of dicey.
Okay. Okay. So check in. Intention for this meeting is to clean up the board because there's quite some stuff that is done and some new issues we'll have to create. For people who would do a live stream or who are new to meeting, everything is on github.com/give-communication. And the sections on just some notes and issues, and I give it.
Hey, Chris, I think the connection might be bad on your end. It's very choppy.
Damn, then I'll take my wire connection. That maybe check it.
Sure, I'm happy to check in. What can I tell you? I'm here, checked in at Barcelona right now. Been working with Jeff and writing up some things to clarify what I'm working on for the DApp team and what I'm working on with Reward DAO and governance and all this good stuff. So we've got some good mind maps we put together, and I'm comfy. I'm happy. It's a good day. I'll pass it over to you, Jeff.
Cool.
You're muted, Jeff.
Better. Okay. So yeah, check-in. And this, just to be clear on the check-in process, this is just what I've been up to lately.
No, the check-in is just your intention for this meeting and your possible distractions. So that's just like a brief thing.
Okay. I guess my intention for the meeting is to figure out the process for these meetings, and I think that's been a big part of the past few weeks is just figuring out how everything works, and excited to dig into the process and learn along the way. No distractions.
And then you pick someone else.
Okay. Well, then I'll pick you if your connection is fixed.
Yeah, so I started, so then I'll pass it on to Kai, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I hope for a fast meeting. I might be distracted later. Right now, I'm not. And I hope to see Mr. Griff and Miss Lorelei later. And I give it to, them.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, we just got back from the spa, so we're super relaxed. Had a little spa day, and I'm excited to have all of the crew here on the meeting and see Danny tomorrow in Barcelona. But yeah, also a quick meeting because we got a double date with Kai.
Yeah.
And Lorelei?
Oh yeah, not much to say. I'm excited to come to this comms meeting. I feel like I haven't been to one in a while. And I'll pass it to, I don't know who's here actually.
Hannah.
Hannah.
I'm getting really nervous and really jealous, you guys over there. But I got up with Danny in a little bit because I know she's super busy as well. But loving all your pictures, and I'm excited to learn more of what you guys have been up to and how I can help. Just being patient, like being a grasshopper. So.
Okay.
I think it has to. It's harder. I'm on the phone app, so it's harder to see the names of everyone.
No, yeah, it's done. I also don't know where to see the names. I think everyone went, and if not, shout now. But I think everyone went. So
I'm in the room too. Yes. Just to have.
Sorry, you cut out. Who's still there that I have missed? Okay, I just heard someone say I'm in the room too, but I don't know who it is. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no. Then we'll continue, I guess. The things. So what we normally do, Jeff, is like on GitHub, you can see most of the things that people are working on. So it's just like in new, in progress, on hold, etc. And you can see them on the board if you install the ZenHub extension on Chrome. And so what we've been doing the last few times is that we just go around and like we pick out some of them because we're not able to cover all of them each time and that gets a bit exhausting. So I would just say, like, let's start again like this. Like, what is on the top of people's mind? Is there one of the issues that is missing, or one of the issues that people want to start talking about? Anyone volunteer?
Yeah.
I would say copy on the website. I don't know if that's that. I think that there's a lot of opportunity to rephrase some of the paragraphs. I love all the subjects. It's just like rewording and optimizing the language.
Yep, definitely. It's also high on my to-do list. So I created a new issue for that one. The last issue for the website was wireframes, and then in the meantime, Kai built this amazing website, and it's live already. So we'll just now from the live website. Yeah, and now we'll give feedback. So what we did for security reasons and also for consistency in language, for the moment, only Griff and I have direct access to the content management system to edit the text. So if you see things in the text that you want to change, send them to us or create an issue on GitHub, and you can assign me, and then I can edit it. If you see other issues, like something that doesn't make sense whatsoever, you're always welcome to create on the site repo on GitHub also issues. But do know that, like, tomorrow, I also sent a message to Kai that it was a bit distracting in the past 2 days with the DApp discussion. But so the next thing I might do is definitely go through the website in all of the detail.
Right on. So to be clear, though, there's an issue number 105, feedback to live website. And if we can just add comments to that issue.
One of you has to mute. Yeah, Danny, go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What did you say?
I said so. Yeah, here you go.
Sorry, am I muted?
I don't know.
No.
That's
sorry. I muted you again.
Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So issue number 105, feedback to live website. We can put comments onto that issue for changes we'd like to see. Does that make more sense than creating new issues for each change?
You can put them there, or you can put them in the repo of the website directly. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the easiest one, because that's a repo. This is the comms general one, but you could put them here. I'll see them too, whatever you prefer.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I got cut off for a second. Did we figure out a way to make it easy for anyone to collaborate on text?
Yeah, so I just said that if they have feedback for text, that the easiest is to send it to me or to you, or also just put the text they want to have changed in the Giveth repo, in their website repo. But you and I, we have direct access to the CMS.
I also put a comment to this issue, just to say before we go the GitHub issue way, I would love to have that one-on-one with Chris we talked about, because I think the first do-over will be quite a lot of changes, and it's probably better to like do it between ourselves. And
yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Yeah, because there's still a lot of things. Otherwise, you guys will probably create double issues. It's true.
So everybody just wait another week, and I'll do this with Chris, and then everybody's free to make issues.
Yeah.
Afterwards is better.
Griff, you're breaking up. Okay. Well, he'll tell us when he's back, I guess. So yeah, the website is definitely an important one. Oh yeah, another one that I do wanted to briefly talk about. I don't think we need to rehash the entire discussion of the past 2 days on the branding, the Giveth dApp versus the Giveth Galaxy. For people who missed the discussion, it's on Loomio. I'm not sure if you are already on there, Jeff. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But yeah, so if anyone else wants to read it, I'll just paste it in the text box here, just for transparency. So my question was just, I cannot attend the meeting at 8. I have read, however, such as final words there, in which he did say that he proposes that they build their own branding, and he hopes that we will support them on Giveth.io and referring to them in all possible ways. And I would say yes, definitely. If they get to the point that they launch their own branding, of course, the dApp that the dApp team is going to work on will be there, and the Giveth dApp will in any case be very clearly positioned. And then he caught a fly. So yeah, I just want to ask, because you'll be attending, yeah, and Danny will be attending the dApp. Is that anything you guys, does that approach sense to you guys?
Yeah, I can just give you just a quick update about that. So I got the team to agree that maintaining a weekly status meeting with Giveth to go through open issues, bug requests, features, current status of the Giveth dApp, and that will continue, and we'll have that call tonight. And then the other work that the dApp team will be pursuing for additional clients is the way we're talking about that. Those will happen in a separate format. And that's kind of the language and the framing that we're looking at this. Like Giveth is the first client and instance of the dApp, and we will have this regular meeting and have delegates or people from the dApp team who will always participate in calls like this, communications and governance, and we'll work with Mike in all the ways we need to continue keeping things up to date and growing and moving together.
Great. Griff, that complete sense. Griff, are you back? Still gone? I still lost. Yeah.
I don't see him there.
So I think I sent a direct message about it as well. I think you talk to them about like the approach, and so is.
Oh, Chris, your connection is making my migraine worse. Oh. It's really rough. It's like in and out, kind of hard.
Is it for everyone?
Yeah. Jeff.
I changed my sound. yeah, so I wanted to say, like, will we discuss this in the governance meeting or not? What do you think?
I'm only getting every other syllable, but you're asking, are we going to discuss it in this comms meeting? Governance? No, there will not be conversation about the Lumio presented by Satya or Wojtek in tomorrow's governance meeting.
Okay, I'll shut up now, make my words. Other issues.
I'm willing, since I'm still speaking, to jump into some of the activities that I have open under the onboarding aspect. I'm going to hop over and take a look at it, because one of the things I think that's important to note is new, better information for how people can use the DApp. It still is very needed on any side of the house. So I'm going to continue working to put together those documentations. I'm going to continue working with individuals directly to help them use what we have and get their feedback on how to improve it. And I have Hannah's face in front of me right now, so I just want to acknowledge there's two issues. One of them is 103, DApp user onboarding, creating instructions and tutorials. And Hannah was kind of my first person to personally walk through the process and the documents that I created, and we drafted some things. So Hannah, I want to invite your support, like we talked about, on solving that particular issue. You're muted, I don't hear you.
Oh, do you hear me now? I'm on my head. So yeah, when you get some time, Danny, let's get together. I know you've been traveling. It's hard for us to hook up, but yeah, absolutely, I'm on board to help any way I can. We'll take it offline, and anybody want to include, we can. And we already have a standing meeting that I had with Danny, but since there's so much travel past couple weeks, you know, we're gonna get a cadence going. Absolutely.
Right on. And then the second part of that is we'll probably do some video tutorials, and Bowen has offered to support us in producing some nice short updated tutorial videos on how to use the DApp. I just want to peek at the Epic itself and see if there was something else in there. But basically, I just updated the issue and showed some links to the step-by-step overview, and that's basically the roadmap for tutorials that we'll create. And all of these, I'm putting them in that onboarding folder. And then the next part from that is to create a comprehensive test so that anybody who is using the DApp, as we roll out these new features and fixes that are being worked on right now, to be able to have our new users go through a detailed test plan that allows them to use all these features and functionality and give us good feedback. And again, I just want to clarify that I'm doing that right now because we have things up on Giveth. We do want to bring in that feedback. And what I'd like to do is create these documents in a way that they can easily be white labeled for any other iteration of our donation application. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Hey, Danny, were you thinking about putting all those videos on YouTube, or were you thinking about putting it in the Giveth app, in the website and things like that? What were your thoughts?
That's actually a good question, and it's not one for me. I would actually kind of kick that question over to maybe Chris and Kai to think about, after our recent experience with YouTube, what does make the best sense for where those things should live.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just where a lot of people go. Like if I'm looking at something that I'm trying to learn, there's so many pretty good videos out there. I mean, sometimes people are just searching. It might bring them to the site as well, and we can create presence there. I don't know if there already is maybe there already is a YouTube.
Yeah, we have a huge YouTube site, and that was something that happened last week. We got hacked, and our YouTube videos were deleted. We were able to recover most of them because we know great people in all the right places, but we still need to think about what's the appropriate strategy for houses besides them being available on YouTube.
Okay.
So the thing we have now is, or as far as I know, how the coders of the dev team want to implement it is with our Wall of Fame, which is basically a Google Firebase database, but that could be expensive in the long run. I'm still waiting for some stuff to get ready to harden our live peer, especially. Once they have saving with the videos, not only streaming, we can save it to a backup thing and maybe think about hosting all our videos on IPFS, but that is very far out. So for now, I would recommend using the infrastructure we set up with for the Wall of Fame videos.
Okay, that sounds good.
You would say to use Wall of Fame for videos that we.
It's really about where the videos live on the back end. The Wall of Fame is also just a front end for this database we host on Google Firebase. As far as I know, Deem is the only one who has access, which is good. Not many people have access. And yeah, reminds me of telling him to harden his account. But in general, we can use this database and call it from other applications like the DApp. It's just where they are saved. They're saved with Google on in a Firebase database.
So just to see if I get you mean that we use Google Firebase as a backup, because it is that right YouTube is the entry point where so people go watch videos for editing, etc. Or yes, we can use Firebase if you want to, but yeah, we still, if we create new video content, agree that we didn't create it for now on YouTube.
Yeah, sorry, you're so cut off. I did not really understand, but yeah, sorry, I did not understand.
Yeah. I'll do it without a second. I'm going to grab another mic. Is it better?
It's not the mic. It's, I don't know what it is. It's like your chunks of voice come in, not the order you speak them.
Okay, sorry about
Turn off your video. Maybe it's bandwidth.
So it's just for content. I think it makes sense to keep on uploading to YouTube because this is where our subscribers are. But I think we definitely need to back up.
It didn't actually have that much. We still can't hear you.
I understood the question now, though. So the thing is, there is no.
The easier it is, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if somebody had, if somebody's great at scripting and scraping stuff, Wojtek was volunteering to make a script to download videos from YouTube. But you know, there is no way in the official API to download a bunch of your own videos. It's just not there. So we cannot do it programmatically in the ways I know. He said he knew how. I'm not sure it's going to happen. So what I will try to do is get another version of, like, I would like us in the future when LivePeer is ready to stream, if we open a stream like this now, that we stream at the same time to YouTube and LivePeer, which will make it easy for people who prefer LivePeer to watch them, but moreover, have an automatic backup when we stream. The only other option is manual downloading or some wizardry with a script that just captures URLs, but I can't do that.
So is it okay? Yeah, I don't know. Is it better now?
Worse.
No.
Yes, it's a question. Okay, I'll just create an issue for the scraping, and we can give a volunteer one so that at least we have backup if it happens again. Okay.
Nah. I'm sorry, man. It's like, and you're also changing the microphones. The audio quality is not bad. It might be like connection still.
It's a connection. I'll type. Anyone who wants to has issue.
Chris, would it make sense to drop off the call and then jump back on it again? It's one of those switch
Yeah.
it off, switch it on again things.
Try again.
Yeah, maybe stop syncing the chain. Yeah.
Wow, since when became stop watching porn, stop syncing the chain? I like that.
I think I'm gonna disconnect my.
And it was perfect. Really dropped off. There you are. It's
Does
better.
anyone else have any comms issues that we should talk about? No?
Is my connection better in the meantime, by the way?
You are not strobing like you were.
That's something.
Yeah, you just now sound like there's a butterfly in front of your face.
That what is flying from your face?
Like there's a butterfly flapping in front.
Okay. So yeah, for the YouTube thing, I just wanted to say that I'll create an issue, and maybe you want to create that script. That's the last I still wanted to add there. Other issues? Oh yeah, I have one, and that's funding. So Jessica has been working on some other things, and yeah, we were at Web3 Summit and at DEF CON. So that's the next thing next to the website. It's the continuing on the funding deck. That's the other big priority that I want to take on this week. Just FYI. Okay, that's more support for me. Anyone else? No, apparently not.
I'm just scrolling through what's in progress, and I feel like there's a lot of issues listed in progress that are either not actually in progress, might have completed, or should move on to hold.
Yeah, I'll be closing some.
Yeah, the pitch deck thing I can think of that's really on the to-do list.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a question though. Do you know, Griff, like the fundraising with Gitcoin for DApp issues, is that all done, or does Gene still need feedback, or can we close that one?
For what?
He started putting like DAI on all open issues for the DApp and I see the last comment is from almost a month ago where he asked for an issue, but then we didn't respond anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can close it. We've been putting issues up on the DApp, and they've been being funded.
Okay.
So another thing is that there's a podcast that's in the works for the Web3 Summit. That should, I mean, it's not really anything anyone in this room can do about it, I don't think. But it's happening, and hopefully it'll be out next week, I think. We'll try to do one a week for as long as we can sustain it. So that's good.
What exactly is it? Sorry, mate.
We did
podcast.
Yeah, we did this Web3 Summit adventure where we hosted a bunch of really interesting talks and panel discussions and interactive panel discussions, and people would come in and talk, and we recorded it all. Actually, Chris stood there like a champ and recorded as much as he could with crappy Wi-Fi and live streamed it. But we're going to turn in the good, high-quality audio that we can into some podcasts and kind of kick off Give It Podcast network, or Give It Supported. It's its own brand, Decentralize All the Things podcast, and we have all the stuff that we recorded from Burning Man, but that audio really didn't sound good enough for the most part. So it's just trying to hunt down good quality audio. I assume that once we have a few good podcasts, we'll start doing some interviews and other things. Bowen and Josh are handling this.
Hey, Griff,
yeah.
Remember, there's an
Appreciate
email
it.
thread that, sorry, stepping on you. You go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to remind you, Griff, that there's that fellow from the Asia Blockchain podcast, Michael Waits, who also wanted to have some Giveth content on his podcast and stream and offered to assist us with doing a regular Giveth production. So there's probably some opportunity for collaboration there and get more.
I don't know this email thread. I'll have to check it out.
Okay, I'll double check. I thought you were on it. I'll make sure you are, or I'll send it to Bowen and Josh then too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Josh, first go ahead. You had a question as well.
I was just going to say, if you need hand with audio stuff, I've got a background in that. So if there's any help he needs or anything like that, just send us a ping, and quite happy to jump in on extras.
Nice. Yeah, we have a Telegram group, and but right now, honestly, the slow step is just like coordination. And once we get one up, I think there'll be more. So we have lots of people with audio. What we really need is just someone with the balls to say it's good enough and then put it out.
Safe enough to try.
Yeah, exactly. They're too perfectionists, in my opinion. We just got to put something out there. It can suck. It's okay.
I had another question about blockchain labs. So, what's the status on that one? You guys have a call, and then what's the next step for that one? What do they want to do then?
Who?
Yeah, I think Danny had
Blockchain Labs, he said, I think.
Blockchain Labs.
I don't know anything about Blockchain Labs.
It was a call with that Lansky organized.
I'm sorry, I'm having to dig into the recesses to remember that call.
Griff, I think you were also on that call.
No, I missed it. I was invited to the Lansky call. I didn't know they were called Blockchain Labs, but
yeah. Yeah, because I saw a mail passing by that they were interested. Blockchainlabs.ai. So yeah, okay, maybe we can discuss it next week. The other one is
I can pull it up right now, but I'll get back to you on it.
Okay, and then we have our Airbus friends. So the next step was there to look at the repo and to see what we can recuperate, and then they wanted us to take over their customers, so to say. So the next step was that Wojtek was going to look at the repo. I don't know if you had a chance to do this, Danny, if you know.
I don't have any update this week from the last time I looked at it, which was simply to check in with the fellow that we met with and just to put a touch on it and say, hey, how's everything going? Yeah, we're still going forward. I don't think Wojtek has had a chance to take a look at any more technology of the tech since then, though.
Okay.
I did see that they were a part of Blockchain for Humanity at the event. Their heritage group was featured at that. I don't know if you noticed that. Alex, a picture of the fellow we met with was shown on there at that event.
Cool.
Yeah.
The DApp white paper. What is the status on that one?
The DApp white paper. I did a review on it before going to DevCon. I also pulled out a variety of bits of information for an abstract, but I have not put that together yet. And I still feel like it's really dense, and I don't know. I gave the best feedback I could to make it clear what's presented, but I still feel like we could do something better, but maybe it's because there's some changes to the DApp that would actually make it sound better that are forthcoming. I don't know. But yeah. I did do a review on the document for Parker before going to DevCon. That's what the status I know right now.
Okay. Good. Closing issues in the meantime.
Yeah.
Blockchain for Good workshop. That's the one with Alice. So that one is streamed and live. It was a nice closing 2. If you guys see other issues that you're wondering what it is, please do ask. The Wall of Fame article is one that has been written by Eli. So I'm waiting for my feedback. And then there's for the grant support campaign, there's a Medium post waiting out. I think I still have to create that issue on that Parker wrote, so I also have to review that one. Yeah. Oh, and we had, oh yeah, and the other one is the website for social coding. So I joined the social coding meetup yesterday. It was a really nice one. And so I'm really happy to hear and to be able to say that they agreed to be again more aligned with Giveth. So they do get the fact of that it makes sense that Giveth can be a reinforcing element in the whole. And so they're open to have the social coding website sitting under Giveth, so that would be socialcoding.giveth.io. Boone is writing out a spec document of what they would like to have on there. I did let them know that what you proposed, Kai, that we could have, that they could have like the same system with the CMS, that they can edit the text, which would make a lot of sense to them because they will have updates all the time. And so yeah, I passed on the information, just so you know.
I heard you just say something about a CMS system.
Mm-hmm.
We should have one of those. Do we have, like, I created a spreadsheet of information out of all the people who filled out the I want to be a community or support the beta, and I started tracking things in that spreadsheet. But I feel like for Giveth as a whole, from both fundraising and staying in contact with clients and tracking people through the process of how ready are you to use the DApp or interact with us or fund something, having a contact management system in place would probably be a really good thing. Also, because I'm now holding a giant stack of cards for Griff and thinking about what to do with those. I suppose that's probably a new issue. We should pick something.
You know, cool. Just an idea is if we created a Google form, because we have to be careful, sensitive with people's data. So yeah, it shouldn't be a spreadsheet that anyone can go to and look at. It would just be cool if we had like collect business card form, right, and that anyone could put down, and then
a CMS. I mean, like built into Zoho. Zoho has a module that you could just add onto the Giveth email. I mean, they're private systems, they're closed systems, so people's information wouldn't be accessible except for those who have a role to interact with it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's way better. Like, I could take all of these Google spreadsheets and forms, import them into a system. And there's lots of free, simple ones out there. And then there's a module that you can add on to Zoho, and it goes all the way up to Salesforce, which is the top of the line thing that most companies use for something like this.
Well, I was just thinking of a way to incentivize people to actually put business cards into a system. If we could just like say, you get points, reward DAO points for every card that you put in. You know, it could be like 5 com points or something like that, and we check every or 5 gov points or whatever, and we check every month and just the points for the cards.
So that's brilliant for data, for further data collection and getting stuff we have already put in. I still think that that's a collection point of data, and what I'm suggesting here is that we need to use some sort of tool for actually managing those contacts, who touched them when and how.
Kai wanted to speak?
Yeah, so the term CMS is mostly, I think I know what you mean, Danny. It's just not, the way we use the CMS is that it's the outward facing content. So the CMS we use for our website is contentful. It's really about like the information we want to show. I think you were talking about like some form of data ingestion.
Yeah, you're using CMS for content management. I'm using CMS for client or contact management. Basically like a relationship management database that says, this is somebody who's interested in working with us. They talk to us at this time. They would like us to call them again when we have this bug fixed, that kind of thing.
Okay, I don't know any softwares that do that. I did not research. If you find something, let me know, or I can also have a look. And it seems like you worked with something before.
I've worked with lots of them. That's why I was bringing this up, because I think we should pick one. The easiest thing to do is to just add the module onto our Zoho mail, because Zoho has it integrated, and it would actually put links to emails we've had with people on their record, and you can create tasks, and that would be a very easy integration, in particular if we think we're going to stick with that Zoho mail tool for a while. If not, we might want to choose something outside of that. And I'm super happy to recommend a couple of solutions for us to choose from.
Nice. Yeah, let's look what's out there and come back to it. The term for it is CRM.
That's what CRM. Yeah, customer relationship management. I do have a headache right now. I apologize.
Well, good. To get the things clear, because I was confused in the beginning.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, and I have a question about that one. I hope my connection is better.
You sound great.
Ah, cool. So my question is just now, if you do this, Danny, because with GiveIt, I think we discussed it a lot, and I think most of us agree that we're going to start onboarding organizations in the Ethereum community and start slow and iterate, etc. Right? So that group is, I think, rather small to begin with, but the larger charity space, so the ones that the DApp team wants to target as quickly as possible, they will mostly need the CRM solution, I guess, and us a bit less, because we're going slowly and the people will be coming to us. Does that make sense, or do you say like, no, we need this also for like the GiveIt app at this point?
No, you absolutely need it for GiveIt as a whole, and we probably need to think about contacting people at some point to say, hey, you expressed interest in being a beta tester for the GiveIt app. Are you good with us continuing to contact with updates from GiveIt? And are you interested in receiving updates about the DApp that may exist in other forms?
Okay, and okay, that makes sense. But I guess for that request, I propose, or I think we can wait with that until it is clear which direction and under which brand the DApp team will go, right? So that they know what you're talking about.
Exactly. And, well, yes, and there's parts of this that we can move on pretty soon and parts that need to wait, yeah. I mean, for the fundraising side of the house and wanting to reach out to people and say, hey, GiveIt community has these initiatives going on and we'd love your support. Anybody who we have been in touch with, especially through Con this year, potentially reaching back for a year, they need some sort of contact soon. And there's a percentage of those folks will be like, oh yeah, hey, yeah, I want to stay in touch and let me throw you some ETH. So there's some things that can happen very soon and others that need to wait.
Okay, cool.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Well, should we call it? It doesn't sound like there's a whole lot going on.
There is so much going on. That's the thing. I just have to update all of the issues. But no, I think indeed the most urgent things we talked about. Oh yeah, actually for Lorelei question. So I'm looking at these issues for unicorn onboarding. So there was one issue I had to do for that. I think that is done, so I can close that, but I don't know how it's called anymore.
Probably roles process is a good keyword, or write-up, roles write-up.
Oh yeah, I think, yeah, I think I closed that one already because I don't immediately see it.
Yeah, I haven't been on GitHub in a while.
Oh yeah, no.
I did want to mention this project that I'm doing that I can't remember if I put on there at all. It's kind of a side project. Me and Keeley from CEDAM are working on this conversation between like activists and social justice type people. And like us, you know, blockchain ambassadors of sorts, and we notice we all come to the same resistances that those people have, you know, the environmentalism, the, you know, the effect on the environment, and just like access to this technology for poor people. So we're developing this basis of like responding to, yeah, meeting that conversation, probably going to make an article and maybe some webinars. But yeah, I just wanted people to know that that's a project that's happening, and if anyone is interested in it, to please get in contact with me.
So it's about bridging the gap between normal people who are activists and impact like social people and blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And would you call it, which flag is it going to sail? Is it a Giveth project, or what would you call it?
So what I'm going to do with it, I mean, this is a passion project for me and Keeley, but I also see how it directly relates to Giveth. But we're going to work on it no matter what, and I'm planning on milestones that people could donate to, like unicorns could delegate funds to it if they want to.
You want to make a campaign?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make a campaign.
But yeah, I don't know if it's like straightforward a Giveth project, but I think it benefits Giveth ecosystem a lot. Is something we could use, but that's not necessarily for me to decide.
Yes, it is. It's a Giveth project.
Okay, well then when it takes shape, I'll just let you create the issue in the comp sheet.
Yeah, I will.
Cool. For the unicorn, for the unicorn onboarding, so there is a post that we were going to send out. So I gave feedback on there before Prague, but I'll let you. Sorry?
Lansky's article, you mean? Yeah, so, I think it's still in process.
Yeah, so that one is I gave some feedback on it still today, so I'll let you like give feedback there. That's coming up. Okay. Anything else for the unicorn DAC?
Not really. I mean, people are in process of application. We've got a good starting batch, so I'm just handling the like 6 or 7 of us that are in application right now. Anyone else is welcome, but
Kai's a unicorn. Well, after we vote.
Yeah, we have to vote still.
but I think Kai's just gonna make an Argon DAO and give himself a token and vote.
I already did. I'm just kidding. I checked it out yesterday on Ring. There is not much to do, unfortunately. We should try to talk to Quasi about maybe we can test the planning tab. That would be awesome. Otherwise, yeah, when we talk later, yeah, I'll present to you my plan, and then we'll together present to the rest to decide on the basic parameters of the data.
Cool. Well, I'm happy to end this meeting early because we have a bunch of stuff to do.
I'm fine with that too. So let's do check. Does someone something else? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So for the meeting, we'll get this board up again and we're back to this and get to the meeting.
Who'd you pass it to?
Danny.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry. I was stretching and ready. It's called to be done and ready to see you all later. And I'm going to create this CRM issue. And I love you all. Thank you. Good night. Hannah. Hannah, you're muted.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Happy to see all you guys. Thank you for having such a fun forum, learning so much, and happy to participate. I'll pass it to Lorelai.
Cool. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, it was nice to listen in on this meeting. I like the comms meeting space as a place to know where all the projects come here and know what projects are going on, which is exceedingly important if we're going to be delegating funds ourselves. And yeah, I am going to pass it to, oh yeah, I'll pass it to Craig.
Yay! Yeah, great meeting. Sad about the sound, made everything a little choppy. And, you know, it's good to get back in the swing of things after conference season. I'm sure the next meeting will have a lot more on the agenda. Pass it to Kai.
All right, thanks for a quick meeting. I liked it very much. And I was a bit distracted, but I think Jeff has not gone. I give it to him. You are unmuted, but there is no sound, Jeff.
I just love that Catalonian flag in the back.
Aloha. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, good meeting. Learned a lot.
Now we can, yeah.
You learned a lot and you did it yourself.
Maybe it's a headphone. Unplug and replug. But until then, is Reepajit, is Gabriel there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks. It was a good meeting. Nice listening to everybody. Sorry for not participating much, but I appreciate everybody and what they're doing, and looking forward to next week's meeting. And pass it on to the last man.
Hello. Just enjoyed getting up to do it, and yeah, it's a nice meeting space. Don't really have too many thoughts. Nice. Goodbye.
Okay, I think we have everyone, right? Yeah.
Well, Jeff didn't get a chance to go if he had anything to say.
I know if you have sound again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I need a headset like Danny. Yeah, sorry. So for the third time, I need a nap and a shower, and learned a lot from the meeting, and I will definitely have more to give in these future meetings once I am into the flow of things. At the moment, I'm still just organizing all of the ideas, and it comes in so many different areas. So I will definitely have some more feedback for the comms team in the coming weeks.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Okay. See you guys next week.
See you guys. Danny, Jeff, see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, man.
And Kai, I'll come over to your house right now.
Sure, man. Anytime.
Okay, what's your address?
I can't tell you. We're still streaming. But I wrote it to you.
It's okay. I have it.
Okay, Lorelai has it.
Awesome. It's really like you go out, you go right at your door, and the next street, which is the German word for a cucumber. Now everybody.
Cucumber Strasse, huh?
Go away, you, like, all the other people listening. This is private info. I'm gonna cut it out.
No one,
Somebody's
no
gonna
one is listening.